The Olympics used to be an event that truly united the entire country. But now, like so many once exciting traditions, the Olympics have been infected with partisan politics, making it harder to rally behind the people wearing our flag. Some 2026 Winter Olympians are using their 15 minutes of fame to lecture the country that they're supposed to represent on everything from immigration enforcement to LGBTQ activism. Take a listen.
It brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now, I think. It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. If it aligns with my moral values, I feel like I'm representing it. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S. So yeah, I just kind of want to do it for my friends and my family and the people that support me getting here.
That was Hunter Hess, freestyle skier from Oregon. And listen to the arrogance in that mindset. This idea that you can pick and choose when America deserves your loyalty. That attitude is completely antithetical to the Olympics because these athletes aren't just individuals. They are presented to the world as products of American excellence. Hess is talented on his own merit, yes, but his platform only exists because of this country. And then there's this.
I feel heartbroken about what's happened in the United States when, I'm pretty sure you're referencing ICE and some of the protests and things like that. I think that as a country, we need to focus on respecting everybody's rights and making sure that we're treating our citizens as well as anybody with love and respect. And I hope that when people look at athletes compete in the Olympics, they realize that that's the America that we're trying to represent.
That is Chris Lillis, another freestyle skier. And the way I hear it, he's only saying he represents the version of America he personally agrees with. Not the law enforcement officer risking his life to remove violent criminals from our neighborhoods, not the parent who supports deportation because someone here illegally destroyed their family, and not the legal immigrant who respected the process and believes in borders and sovereignty. Apparently, they don't count. And then we have this.
It's been a hard time for the community overall under this administration. It isn't the first time that we've had to come together as a community and try and fight for our human rights. I hope I can use my platform and my voice throughout these games to try and encourage people to stay strong.
And I just have a simple question. What human rights is she talking about? That was figure skater Amber Glenn. And, I'm not convinced she truly believes her rights are in danger because she doesn't seem all too shaken up about it. Or, maybe she is, and that's why she only placed third during her free skate this weekend following these comments that she made. Trump derangement syndrome is a nasty illness. And then there's this.
I think there's a lot of hardship in the world, globally, and there's a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of violence. It can be tough to reconcile that when you're also competing for medals in an Olympic event. I actually have some thoughts. I can read something that I had written, if you guys don't mind. I'm really hoping to show up and represent my own values. Values of inclusivity, values of diversity and kindness and sharing.
I am so tired of people speaking without a modicum of self-awareness. You are an athlete. You come from extreme privilege and wealth. When you don that American flag, you don't get to choose to represent your own values of diversity, equity, and inclusion. You represent this country, and if that's too hard to reconcile, then I don't know, maybe get out of the way for someone else. All of these athletes fall into the same trap of believing America is defined by whatever buzzy political outrage is trending that week. It's a shallow, ahistorical way of thinking, and for some reason it totally plagues my generation. Either Gen Z doesn't know history or they've only been taught to hate it. The flag doesn't represent Twitter discourse. It represents sacrifice. It represents the men and women in uniform. It represents the freedom fighters who secured our God-given rights. How quickly these athletes ignore that when advantageous. And all for who? The Somali national who hates your values? Illegal Mexican immigrants who, not even 1 year ago, were burning the American flag in the streets? Antifa and other activists who openly admit they're working towards the demise of our country? It's an embarrassment to watch on the national stage. And these athletes' sentiments do not represent Americans who actually love this country. So how am I supposed to feel a great sense of pride and unity watching these games when those who are representing me say they only do it for one version of America? It's isolating and unpatriotic to the core. And in my opinion, if you demonstrate a complete lack of understanding of what this country actually stands for, you don't deserve to be an ambassador on the world stage. So I'm curious, what kind of message do you think this sends to the world that our premier athletes have no confidence or pride in the nation on its uniform? Let me know. Because from where I'm standing, I want my Olympians to be more like Breezy Johnson, who was literally brought to tears by the national anthem after winning gold. Or more like Lindsey Vonn, who said this about repping the red, white, and blue.
It's a privilege to represent your country, and the Olympics are the largest stage in the world, the largest sporting event in the world. To walk out into the opening ceremonies with your fellow teammates is such an honor, and I always feel incredibly lucky that I'm even able to compete at that level.
Or, my personal favorite, be more like Tamira Mensah-Stock.
How does it feel to represent your country like this?
It feels amazing. I love representing the U.S. I freaking love living there. I love it, and I'm so happy I get to represent USA!